Hello, this is our diamond poem, part 3. And today we're going to do one more Diamante poem. Let me review what that diamond poem looks like. It has 7 lines. It has a topic at the top line and a topic on the bottom line. The second line has 2 adjectives that describe the noun. The bottom line, those 2 describe the bottom one. Then we have our 3 action verbs with ing, describing the top and the bottom, and then right in the middle we have 4 blanks where we're using nouns to describe. We're splitting that line, 2 for the top and 2 for the bottom. So I'm going to read some more examples from former students. These are the ones that I have marked. They're all good. It's hard to choose. I'm just glad that I'm going to have some of yours on a slideshow so I can use those next year's. Okay, so these are close. But different. Bicycle and motorcycle. All right, bicycle, wheelie, handlebars, pedaling, steering, handling. Transportation, that's a good word, tire. Then we switched over, motor and gas. That's 2 big things that a bicycle does not have. Riding, driving, turning, drive, engine, motorcycle. And here you can see his bicycle and his motorcycle, and that was Scott McKay. Very good. Here's 2 animals. Owls, monkeys. So owls, swoosh, beak, flying, scaring, chirping, different colors. Then we switch over. Cool, funny, jumping, climbing, eating, cute, nice monkeys. So there's her owl and there's her monkey. And that was Addison Johnson, and she loved monkeys. She wrote about them a lot. All right, the next one was an animal and then a vehicle. So we did zebra and bus. They don't have to be related in any way. Just choose 2 things that you like and you want to describe. Zebra, legs, feet, running, jumping, bathing, stripes, hooves. Those are 2 good nouns describing that zebra. Then we switch over. Mirrors, tires, also good words. Rolling, filling, driving, wheels, metal, bus. And that was by Harmony Birchfield. There's her zebra, there's her bus. Very good poem. All right, the next one, dog, cat. So 2 animals that people do often compare against each other. So dog, fun, big, going, playing, barking, play, eat. So now we're to the cat. Sit, sleep, eating, drinking, sleeping, sneak, blue, cat. So I don't know if that was something related to their cat, but here's the dog and the cat. And that was by Jimmy Lee Gentry. This one I like. This is unusual. This has to do with money. So it was penny and dollar. Penny, cold circle. That's good description. Spending, collecting, keeping. 1 cent, Abraham Lincoln. Now, we let him use 2 words there because that was the name on the head side. So we're switching over. Special, bill, saving, finding, folding. And that's interesting because you can fold a dollar and you cannot fold a penny. Green, rectangle, good shape word, dollar. And that was by Brett Yates. So here is his penny and here is his dollar. That was a very good diamond poem. Here's 2 sports. A lot of people compare sports. Football and basketball. Football, helmet, touchdown. Diving, padding, passing. Fun, face mask. And then we switch over. Layup, score. Shooting, dunking, swishing, jersey, rim, basketball. So there's the football hitting the tree, and there's the basketball. That was Weston Whalen. It is easy to compare sports. If you love sports, that's one to consider on this one. This one I like. 2 things we use every day, pen and pencil. Pen, fat, colored, drawing, coloring, working. Permanent, ink. Very good. That's not true for pencil. Rock, black. Playing, doing, erasing, writes, gray, pencil. So here we had the pencils and then the ink pens, and that was by Cheyenne Hobbs. As you can see, they're all different. I did not pick for them. I did not really help them with their words. I just helped them get the spelling correct in this book. These are 2 things outside, but very different. Sky, yard, sky, blue, cloudy, shining, flying, moving, sunny, cloudy. We're switching over to the yard. Grassy, weeds, planting, watering, blooming, flowers, grass, yard. So there's the sky above the yard. And that was by Josie Kirkendall. Very, very good. Okay, so let's talk about our last one. Let's talk about some art options if you want them. This one, you don't have to do the art options. If we were at school, we would be making a kite, not necessarily a kite that flies, but because it's a diamond poem, it's shaped like a kite. So I usually let them use a larger sheet of construction paper. I let them decorate the kite on the back, and we attach a string to it, and I let them tie ribbon to it. So that's kind of hard unless you have that stuff at home. If you want to paint another picture, that's fine, depending on how you've conserved your construction paper. But what I'm going to do is throw a little math in, and usually I have them make a collage, which means I have them use the construction paper to piece together whatever it is their poem is about. And it can be as simple or as elaborate as you want it to be. So I'm going to do two animals again. I'm going to do frog and turtle. So I would like you to find this sheet again, and I want you to stop the video and turn it back on when you have chosen the two things that you would like to make. Okay, if you're back with us, it should look like that. Now, I have to come up with two adjectives. Adjectives are words that describe nouns. You'll learn that in third grade. Remember, your number one go-to on adjectives is a color word. Your second one is a size word. All right, so I am going to go with green. Can't go wrong with a color word when your teacher says, give me an adjective. And I'm going to go with bumpy because I think of frogs as texture words are good adjectives, and I think of them as bumpy. Now I'm going to skip all the way down to turtle, and I think of it's strange that an animal could have two texture words. So I think of it as hard because of the shell, but I think of it as soft because of its body. Without the shell, it would be unprotected. So I'd like you to stop the video and write down your adjectives for whatever it is you are describing, and turn it back on when you're ready. All right, so if you're back with us, it should look like that. Now, we're in the third line and the fifth line. We're looking for action words, verbs. That's what your third grade teacher will call them. And ing. Ing makes it present tense, meaning it's happening right now. All right, so for frog, I'm going to put jumping. Another word for jump is leaping. And it's with animals, you can always use a sound word. So I'm going to put croaking. Hearing lots of those at night now. For turtle, I'm going to put crawling. Very slow. I'm going to put hiding because it does stick its head in its shell to hide. And I think I'm going to put stretching because it does poke that head and neck out sometimes. So I'd like you to stop the video and write down your action words with ing. Okay, if you're back with us, we only have that middle line left. So I need two for frog and two for turtle, and needs to be nouns. So I'm going to use tadpole because before it's a frog, it's a tadpole, and I'm going to use a science word. I'm going to use amphibian. And you may not know what that is, but that's just a science term for something that lives on land and water, and you will learn that later. But if you do use animals, all animals belong together in some kind of group. And so you could look that up on your Chromebook. For turtle, I'm going to definitely use shell because not many animals have shell. And I'm going to call it a reptile because it is not an amphibian, although you would think so. All right. So I would like you to stop the video and fill in your middle line. Okay, if you're back with us, it should look like that. Now, we're going to head over to the art side. Again, if you want to just paint a picture, if you don't want to do any art, that's fine. But I'm going to show you what I would have them do if it were a collage. Now, if you want to draw it with pencil first, that's a great idea. But I have a little bit of idea what I'm going to do. So I knew I had this, about the right size for a frog. So this is where a little bit of math. I'm going to fold this paper in half. Not because I'm going to cut it in half, because I'm going to use it as a line of symmetry. I am going to just draw. Miss Jensen's not the best artist in the world. That's okay. It's art. So I'm not going to draw it on both sides. I'm going to draw it right here. This is a fold. Now, if you do it this way, you have to pay attention to the fold. You can't cut through the fold and expect your animal or whatever you're making to stay together. And let me show you how this works. If I cut on this line, when I unfold it, instead of having half the animal cut out, I will have the entire animal cut out. Now, it's not a perfect frog, but it's the best frog I've got. So if I'm doing a collage, then I'm going to come back over here. Let's see if I've got some scraps of white, and I do. Again, I'm going to cut off a little piece, and you should have plenty of construction paper to do whatever you want. I'm going to fold that together. I'm making the eyes. I could have drawn the circle, but now I have two. So I'm going to glue them down where I think the eyes will probably go. And you can be as elaborate or as plain as you want. I could cut out two black circles and glue them in the middle. I could take a black crayon. I think I'll just use my black because it's pretty easy to fold something together and cut it once, and then you have two. Now, for time's sake, I'm not going to, I could put spots on this frog. I could, and I probably will draw a mouth. And maybe a little tongue sticking out. So it could catch a little fly if it wanted. All right, so there's my frog. Now I need a turtle. So I could do one of two things. I could start with a big piece of brown for the shell, or I could just start with a green body and make the shell. I think I will start with brown. All right, I don't want to waste an entire sheet of brown. You have plenty. You can make it as big or small as you want. You saw the picture of Emerson's tiny turtle, so we know they can be small. Again, I'm going to fold this in half. I'm going to use the fold, and if I do this, what it does, the math word is it makes it symmetrical. So when I unfold it, it is the same. Just a good word to know. And then all I have to do, I can probably get away with this. I can probably fold this. That's half. I double fold. So now it's fours. And I can make little legs, little tiny turtle feet. Best I know how. Now I'll glue them along the straight edge, two towards the front and two towards the back. But the side that I'm gluing them on isn't the front side. It's the back side of my turtle. Because I could call this the front, but I'd rather them kind of be hiding in their shell. And so the next thing, I need a little bit bigger piece of green for that neck and head. So I'm probably just going to cut out a square. So 20s. It's kind of always better to make it larger because you can always trim it down. Let me see. That sticks out nicely. Probably just draw an eye. Turtles seem to be simple little animals. And connect that. And I'm sure that the head sticks out a little bit lower than that, but just for my purposes. Now, I have had people do animals and then they go back over, and you know how a turtle shell has all of those designs all over. I definitely would have people go to the trouble of doing all that. You don't have to. You can do as little on this one or as much as you would like. Sometimes I have people rewrite the poem, and they'll do this one on top and this one on bottom, and they'll glue the poem in between. Just whatever you. Sometimes I have people rewrite their poems with marker and fancy letters. If mom's sitting there helping, the thing that I want a picture of, the thing that has to be, is I have to have this page and the other diamond poem, and then I have to have a picture of this first animal art project. If you want to send me pictures of other things that you're doing, I would love to see it, and I will add it to the slideshow. So I hope you have a fun time doing this. Have a good day.